referee, Erlindo Eusebio, national referee. Our second referee, Ryan Vincent Borgio, national referee. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the players from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Starting number 17, captain, opposite hitter, Mylene Pat. Number 9, outside hitter, EJ Lowry. Number 10, middle blocker, Rosel Baliton. Number 11, center, Elena Bakar. Number 14, middle blocker, Jarina Granda. Number 23, outside hitter, Ponga Gasol. Number 24, libero, Bujing Durantes. The head coach for the Chery Crossover is Aaron Villas. Correction number 23, Saya Durador. And now the starters from the Petro Gazz Angels. Starting number 2, Cedar Wills Chen. Number 5, outside hitter, Michelle Gustones. Number 8, opposite hitter, Isa Maiso Pontillas. Number 9, middle blocker, Remy Palma. Number 13, middle blocker, MJ Phillips. Number 20, outside hitter, Jonah Sabite. And the libero, number 18, CJ Cruz. The head coach is Oliver Almatro.
There we have it, our starters from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Of course, they're using their usual starters, but we're seeing the addition of and the injection of Pauline Gaston being constant in the lineup. And on the other side of the court, nothing new, nothing surprising as well. So two teams bringing on two very familiar sixes inside the court. And this will be a game of familiarity, of scouting each other, and everything in between, Ayel.
No, but in terms of numbers as a team, Petro Gazz Angels is above or higher in terms of all skill sets against Chery Tiggo. But what is going to be important in today's game is who will stay most composed, especially in the most crucial parts of the game.
Yes, and to add to that, there's a factor of being in a different environment, an unusual environment that we're not used to, because we're only playing one game day here, and that adds to the excitement and the flavor, because
exactly.
It levels the playing field all of a sudden. And first point goes to Petro Gazz. Puding picks that up, they go up to Bekar, popped up by Remy. Interestingly, they're not seeing a leader on the side of Petro Gazz. MJ Phillips makes the crowd scream.
But MJ Phillips there committing a violation. She touched the net on her way down. It could have been an easy point for the Petro Gazz Angels, but that's now a free point for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Great intention there for Phillips. Pontillas with a smart hit there.
Isa Maiso Pontillas outsmarting one of the great liberos here in this conference, Buding Doremdes. Now both are Ilonggo natives who are playing in their hometown today.
Earlier they were given some plaques of appreciation as Pontillas popped that up. Sharing was denied there with that smart dunk by Baliton.
No, but also great decision by Alina Becar to set up Baliton there. And Baliton also avoiding the taller block of Phillips.
Right before that last sequence as she serves for Chery. Straight to Soltones. Flipped over by Cheng on the other side. Pat will hit that ball out. Ball goes to the side of Petro Gazz.
If there's one player who needs to show up big today, it's really gonna be Mylene Paat. A very crucial game for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. If they win today, they stay alive in their campaign for the semifinals. But if they lose, they are automatically eliminated.
PJ Laurig finding the line there for Chery.
Now, so far, great setting distribution by Alina Becar. As you can see, EJ Laure there using the hands of the blockers, targeting zone 1 to score that point.
Pat now will serve.
So far, Chery Tiggo, they're able to convert most of the points. Now, faster conversion there on the side of EJ Laure.
It's a 1-point game in favor of the Crossovers. Paat now will serve. We have a packed arena here at the University of San Agustin gym. As Soltones goes cross-court on the other side, Karangdang. Cheng pops it up there for Soltones with the help of the net.
Soltones actually had an advantage in that rally because she only had one blocker trying to go for that deep down the line attack, but scored that point with the help of the net.
So it's a deadlock here. We're tied at 4.
And we're expecting this kind of game because this is crucial for both teams.
Phillips there with that serve. They go up to Karangdang. Quick recovery here as promised by Coach A. That was their focus. Attack, counter-attack, and floor defense in facing the
so
squad.
far, they're doing well in all departments.
And what I'm noticing here, they're going towards the big quick here.
Alina Becar is really trying to feed the middles early on in the set, and that's going to be important again to give the wing attackers more spaces to attack and confuse the blockers of the opponent.
Cheng going up to Soltones, denied by the blockers. Soltones will try again. It's returned by Chery. The answer coming from the Iloilo native Aiza Maizo Montillas.
But so far, Cheng doing well in setting distribution as well, setting up Palma in that slide attack, and Palma just powering through.
Chanel Cheng with that serve. Pat from the back row. Oh! Block goes out for Petro Gazz. Point goes to Chery.
Now that back row set of Becar was actually read well by the blockers, but Soltones was not able to press in her hands to go for that kill block. Oof.
Very tough position there for Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
A very tough set. It was too tight to the net. Aiza Maizo trying to adjust, but it was not enough.
Zach Karangdang will now serve for Chery. They go for a quick to Palma. On the other side, Becar goes to the open side to Shaya Adorador as the Crossovers enter the first technical timeout. Let's look at that again first. Right in the seam between the blockers. Chery Tiggo enters the timeout with a 3-point lead. Look back here at the PVL. And here is our player matchup for today. It's the Southpaw Showdown between Mylene Paat and Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
Now, both players are the top scorers of their squad, delivering majority of the points. 93 points in total for Aiza Maizo Pontillas and 113 for Mylene Paat.
They're both just 20 points away of each other, and both lefties who are showing a lot of hope for their squads, looking for their win here. Of course, we talked about this in the pregame for Petro Gazz. They're trying to get this win today so that they will cement their place in the semis. Meanwhile, for Chery, it's trying to clinch for a semis ticket depending on what happens with PLDT and Chocomucho on Thursday.
But too much angle and power in that attack from Mylene Paat, trying to go zone 1.
And right now, it's Gretchen Saltones who will serve. Straight to EJ Laure. Bekar going up to Adorador. On the other side, Bekar now goes to Paat. That will ricochet off the block.
Mylene Paat making up for that attack error earlier. And what's working well for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers as we see this replay, Mylene Paat using the hands of Sabete in that sequence. One thing working for Chery Tiggo is their fast low sets, and it's only possible because of their good first ball. But again, Aiza Maizo Pontillas just outsmarting the blocker in front of her.
She looks like she's energized by the hometown crowd that she has here.
And we know her as a player who's very relaxed, very composed, really knowing what attacking style to use. She knows when to go down the line, cross court. She makes it look easy to score a point.
They go up to the side of Paat. Going cross court. Returning a 2-point favor for Chery Tiggo.
No, that's a perfect set coming off the hands of Alina Bekar. So far, the middle blockers of Petro Gazz Angels having a difficult time in closing the block. A lot of spaces between the block maximized by the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Now Phillips will try for Petro Gazz. On the other side, Buding goes up for Paat. That will hit the antenna.
Now Paat there, trying to go to the smaller blocker Sabete, but it scraped the antenna.
There you go.
So an automatic point to the Petro Gazz Angels.
Very clear with our net cam. They go up to EJ Laure. Now this is interesting. It's going to be an exchange of points.
No, exactly. And on the side of Chery Tiggo Crossovers, the setting distribution and the scoring distribution so far has been going well for them, as we see already almost all attackers activated, as Baliton there committing a service error.
This will be down to 1-point game again, as Jonas Sabete will serve for Petro Gazz. Sabete going for that float on the other side. They go to a quick with Zakarandang off the hands of Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
And whoever Petro Gazz Angels is targeting on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers is able to deliver a good first ball. So Alina Bekar gets a lot of options in terms of combination plays, and Zakarandang has been delivering in the middle.
Paat will now serve for Chery. They go up to Phillips. He's denied. Dump coming from Cheng. Hit coming from EJ. Saltones off speed. That will be a point for the Angels.
A great off-speed attack there from Gretchen Saltones. It was a bit away from the net, that set, so she had to go for that off-speed. 3 players going to that ball, but good first touch, but no second touch on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Phillips now to serve, straight to the Remdes. Bekar Going for a quick to Kayangdang. Smartly tipped there by Zach Kayangdang.
And it looks like Chery Tiggo has really studied Petro Gazz Angels so far because their attacks is really disrupting the defense pattern of the Petro Gazz Angels, and their placement is working well for them. A lot of clean attacks from them so far.
And this time it's going to be EJ Laure to serve for. Oh, that went straight to the net, Ayel.
But they're giving away 3 points off their service error, so they have to look into that as they are giving the Petro Gazz Angels a more opportunity to build the momentum as well.
Janelle Cheng will now serve for the Angels. Bekar goes up to Kayangdang. Kayangdang finding a donut hole there.
It's the second time Zach Kayangdang went for that soft touch and went to that same spot. So far, on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels, they still haven't recognized that and still haven't adjusted.
Somewhere around zone 3 is a campfire for the Angels. Let's see how the Angels answer. They go to Nang Aiza from the left side.
Who else will they go to but their top scorer if they need an instant point?
Things are very tight here inside the University of San Agustin gym in Iloilo. As Gretza Zolpones will serve for the Angels. Alina goes up to Shaya on the other side. Shen puts it up for Aiza. Picard choosing Paat, denied by Rem Palma.
Rem Palma reading that cross-court attack from Mylene Paat in the back row, timing the jump well, going for that kill block, and Rem Palma is actually the #1 in blocking in the league so far.
Unsurprisingly as well, being a very formidable blocker on cue right there on the other side. Free ball coming from Chery. They go up to Pontillas. Ball is kept alive. Great floor defense here on the side of the Crossovers. Palma getting that one through. Free ball for Petro Gazz. And the crowd goes wild. And Jonah Sapete gets the point for the Angels.
Petro Gazz Angels staying patient in their offense because again, Chery Tiggo is really doing well in the defense, but in that long rally, it was Petro Gazz Angels who was able to convert a point as Abeta uses the spaces and the blocking of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Serve now coming from Gretzel. Straight to Shaya, going for a quick was Baliton. Ball is kept alive here. Ador through the blocker. Janelle finding a corner there. Very smartly played here for the Petro Gazz.
Just perfect placement for Cheng, pushing that ball in the zone 1 of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And the change of favors give Petro Gazz a 2-point lead as we enter the second technical timeout. We're back here at the PVL Bingo Plus, the first live streaming bingo in the Philippines. As we see the crowd here inside the University of San Agustin gym in Iloilo. I heard we're expecting roughly around 6,000 to 7,000. And definitely, we're not yet at full capacity. Pero mukhang siksik-liglig na ang University of San Agustin
That's how
gym.
much the Iloilo City people love volleyball. Now, coming out here today on a weekday
Yes, let's not forget it is Tuesday. We were talking about this earlier before the game when we were eating lunch.
It's a work day, it's a school day.
It doesn't feel like a Tuesday, pero ang inig natin from the locals there. Some of the people here have undertimed. Hopefully, walang nag-cutting classes. As gets a case here for Petro Gazz.
Now Petro Gazz here starting to take control of this game as Gretchen Sortones gets the ace off the hands of EJ Laure.
Serve now comes from Gretzel. That's straight to Buding. They go up to Shaya. Ball kept alive. Jonah will try. Great coverage on the side of Petro Gazz. Oh! What the denial coming from Adorador and De Los Reyes.
Oh, but Aiza Maiso Pontillas was able to get through the blockers as Chery Tiggo Crossovers called this timeout.
Let's try to listen in.
Sige, hinga lang, hinga lang. Ginagamit na yung block natin, ha? Okay. Lagyan natin, ha? Chery!
Now, Coach Aaron Velez there trying to remind his players that the attackers of the Petro Gazz Angels is just using their hands to score a point, so they really have to adjust in their blocking, really try to press their hands in so that the attackers of Petro Gazz Angels won't anymore utilize their hands to score a point.
Right now, it's a 4-point lead for the Angels as Alcones serves that's over-received by Chery. Pontillas will try to take advantage. De Los Reyes getting that one through.
Now that's the first point of De Los Reyes in this game, powering through the #1 blocker in the league so far. Remy Palma wasn't able to press her hands in.
Oh, De Los Reyes being very active here on the net after being down by 4. Chery now catches and tails by 2.
Oh, back-to-back points for De Los Reyes as she takes advantage of that overpass. Easy point on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And now it's going to be Petro Gazz who will be calling timeout. Let's listen in to the Angels.
Kung magbibigay siya tayo o sa likod. Pero ready ka. So kuhanin mo dito, pa-receive mo dito yung bola. Dito mo pa-receive. Kung nandito, para dyan ka pupunta. Malilibre pa, may isa pa tayong advantage. Okay? Basta wag, ha? Sa magandang pass tayo, ha? Okay. One good. Huwag natin madalhin. May advantage tayo.
That was a very strategical timeout for Coach O.
Amidst being with an advantage of 2 points.
No, it's really specifying what area they will go to in terms of first ball, and Cheng just knows what combination play to put, really trying to have those spaces in the blocking of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And I heard Coach Oliver, I got a snippet, overheard the timeout earlier, and Coach O was mentioning they have to manifest this because it means a guaranteed semi-seat for them.
Oh, they just need this game to seal that spot in the semifinals. As we saw earlier, they delivered right away after that timeout.
And right now, it's Remy Palma who will be serving for the Angels. Straight to Buding. They go up to Pa. Enable blockers. Laure off the hands of Phillips. And MJ Phillips will be getting that point.
MJ Phillips there just maximizing her height and her extension to have that kill block. She just read that well, and perfect timing for her as well.
Back to a 4-point gap. Leading is Petro Gazz with a serve. Begar Chooses out. Popped up there by Palma. Sabete will try. Oh! That goes straight to the net. Poor contact.
Exactly. Sabete there, timing that set. It was set all the way from the right side of the court, but wasn't able to contact the ball well.
Ador will now serve for the black shirts. Popped up there by Drexel. Oh, return to sender was Jaisel de los Reyes against Mariana Phillips.
And so far, De Los Reyes having a really great performance. Now blocking the angle of Phillips, closing that angle and having that kill block. It was also obvious that Cheng was going to go to Phillips as they had a perfect first ball there.
Serve came from Shaya. They get up to Aiza Maizo Pontillas finding the corner pocket here.
And Aiza Maizo Pontillas just going to that zone 1 with that long cross-court attack. Much needed point for Petro Gazz.
Pontillas with a serve. They go up to Laure. Oh. First ball here on the side of Petro Gazz.
But again, the Chery Tiggo Crossovers has been trying to target that zone 1 of the Petro Gazz Angels, really challenging the defense of Sultanes and Sabete. But on the side of Chery Tiggo Crossovers, they have been successful so far.
De Los Reyes with that serve. Here goes Sabete. Oh. Cross-court was Jonas Sabete.
Sabete going for that cut shot, really trying to avoid the blockers. Now De Los Reyes wasn't ready to defend that ball.
This time, Chery will be calling time. Let's listen in.
Kailangan na natin, once na binasa natin, commit na tayo doon. Okay? B3, iwan natin dito sa dulo. Porsentuhan na walang gigil tayo, ha? Sinasarado agad ang down the line, ha? So, para pinupwersa ka pumalo ng cross-court. Kalma tayo, ha? Kalma.
Guys, abol yan na.
Kaya yan. Chery!
Okay, Coach Aaron then recognizing the blocking pattern of the Petro Gazz Angels. I was telling his players that they're trying to close down, forcing the attackers of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers to go cross-court, and they have an advantage in that because the libero is there waiting for that cross-court attack. But again, Coach Aaron reminding his players to read and react as well in the ball, because so far they're doing well in the defense part earlier in this game, but right now they are getting caught off guard on the offense of the Petro Gazz Angels as they are not in the perfect form to defend the ball.
3-point lead for Petro Gazz. Jonas Abete will now serve. Laure going to pass with Bicar. Oh, kaya down! Smartly tipping that over to the other side of the court.
So far, the middle blockers of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers has been very aggressive in trying to man that net, as Zach Carandang took advantage of that overpass again.
2-point lead for the Angels as Chery is trying to catch up here. Angels go to Sultanes. They're trying to ask for a net violation here. Discussing with the first referee.
That set actually was too short and too tight for Sultanes, but in our view, it was actually the ball that touched the net, but not Sultanes.
And this is what Maylene Paat is questioning right here, as Petro Gazz enjoys a 3-point lead. Paat now talking to the second referee as Denginoo is coming in. Let's look at this in the net camera. Oh.
No, but again, both teams, they do not have the advantage of having a challenge.
Yes. Fortunately, we don't have the challenge camera here. We have the courtesy of the replay, of course, of our net camera. We have that advantage here in the panel. Unfortunately, none of the referees do have that at the moment. But the discussion is still ongoing as we try to recall what happened earlier, and Manita will be issued with a yellow card already.
But again, we understand the side of Chery Tiggo because they would want to fight for every point because this is a very crucial game for them.
Do or die moment for them.
And as Petro Gazz is just 2 points away and closing the set.
Jasmine Nabor is injected in for Alina Becar as Dengino will serve for Team Petro Gazz. Straight to Buding, Nabor going up to EJ Lauren. That's a threat from Jasmine Nabor placing here. We saw how Rem Palma jumped when Nabor was going for the set because they're afraid that she's gonna do a dump.
And they pretty well know that Jasmine Nabor is very capable as she is also an offensive setter. So much room for that cross-court attack.
It opened up the cross-court area for EJ Lauren.
No, and they talked about it earlier in the timeout. They are aware Petro Gazz Angels is closing the down-the-line attack. So they just have to power through that cross-court attack.
Cheng going for a running up Palma. Popped up there by Chery. Nabor spiking. Back. Nabor going up to Shaya on the other side. They go for a flip. And the Angels will have 3 set points.
No, and that back quick connection of Cheng and Palma is very deadly because Palma didn't have to use a lot of power. She just had to go for that fast tip to beat the defenders, to beat the floor defense of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Janelle Cheng will now serve for Petro Gazz. That's straight to Lauer. Nabor going for a running zap and down denied by Vincel Soldones. And closing set number 1 to a 4-point lead in favor of Team Petro Gazz.
As you can see in the 3 plays, Soldones just really guarding the cross-court attack of Karandang in that slide combination play from Nabor. A convincing block on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels as they close this first set.
Set 2 will continue when you return here at the PVL. Action continues here at Iloilo at the University of San Agustin, the first university in Western Visayas. Set number 1 went on the way of the Petro Gazz Angels 25-21 as we look back at things that happened in that set.
Chery Tiggo Crossovers started strong but they weren't able to sustain. They had good first balls. They convert more points off the rallies in the first half of the set. But again, Petro Gazz Angels just being able to adjust and knowing to use the hands of the blockers as they were getting touches off the blocks. Cheng also just doing well in terms of decision making and also contributed in the scoring department. But again, it was a neck-and-neck game in that first set. You didn't know who that set will go to until the end. But
We saw a 4-point lead for Petro Gazz. We saw a 2-point lead for Chery at some point. But things were unsure until we went to the tail end and everything just closed out. And this is the tail of the tape.
and the numbers really show how tight that first set is. Only 1 point ahead for Chery Tiggo Crossovers against Petro Gazz Angels in the attacking department. 16 for Chery, 15 for Petro Gazz. But again, Petro Gazz, being a good blocking team, was able to seal that 3 kill blocks and only 1 for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, and 1 ace also for Petro, none for Chery Tiggo Crossovers. But both teams limiting their errors. So both teams really playing consistent in that first set, but it's just a matter of who will sustain, who will start strong, but who will finish stronger, especially in the second set.
As you see the fans here inside of the USA Gym. Refuel 2023 as some of the cheers here. We see a Go EJ, several placards here. Packed arena here, very filled with fans all loving volleyball. And Pauline Gaston, EJ Laure both will be challenged to this uphill battle as Petro Gazz and MJ Phillips were able to draw first blood. Aiza Pontillas, who's been the go-to girl, especially at the start of that first set.
Let's see what adjustments both team will have, as the first set really showed how they're able to read their both opponents' defense pattern.
The most obvious at the moment is Pauline Gaston is in the court for the Angels. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, we're seeing the usual suspects. We also see the biggest adjustment in the front row right now. Jaisal De Los Reyes, who's replaced herself a little to start or in the middle of the first set. As you look at this again, this point coming from Aiza Pontillas.
Very tough angle to do, but again, Aiza Pontillas just making it look so easy to target that zone.
We now go up to Pat, denied by Pontillas. This is the matchup we were really expecting. Two left-handed key players going head-to-head to each other. Oh, that's interesting, because if that was the case earlier, Pat was blocking in the open side.
No, but Pat also, she should know and recognize that she will be guarded well in today's game, as she is the top scorer of her team. But so far, she's doing well in terms of adjusting and using the blockers in front of her to score a point.
She's definitely adjusted. Ilongga to Ilongga. That was a overball coming from Pontillas straight to Buding. Petro Gazz keeps this alive. Very calm and collected Angels that we're seeing here today. Pat going through the blockers. On the other side, Cheng goes up to Sultanes. Going cross court with some swag.
Oh, but that's a perfect set coming from Cheng. Now with the approach and angle of Sultanes, she had that perfect timing to score that cross-court attack. Sultanes, who is the second best scorer of the Petro Gazz Angels, next to Aiza Pontillas, delivering a lot of points as well as manning the defense part as she scores that service ace.
It's a 3-1 score now as the Angels gets this ace.
The Petro Gazz Angels is second in serving as a team. Meanwhile, Chery Tiggo is 7th. As she scores that second ace off the hands of Duremdes. Really challenging Duremdes in today's game.
3-point lead now for the Angels. And this is weird because this is the promise of Coach Aaron Velez to us earlier, that they really practice good floor D. So far, that's been the Waterloo of Chery Tiggo. As that ball will down on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. There's a rampage here on the side of Petro Gazz.
So we can say Petro Gazz Angels just taking charge, taking control as Palma avoids De Los Reyes to score that long tip. And that forces Chery Tiggo Crossovers to call a timeout.
This isn't him.
Isa-isay natin. Training natin to. Okay? So, kaya natin yan, pero pass, then we attack. Kaya, cover it siya, cover it. Chery!
Now, Coach Aaron Velez would want his players to go back to the basic, have a good first ball first, so that Alina Bicar can set up well, and it depends to the attacker how they will adjust and decide what kind of attacking style to use, because so far Petro Gazz Angels doing well in their floor defense.
Serve coming from Getzel goes out. It's going to be a 4-point lead now. Make that a 3-point lead now for Petro Gazz as Chery gets the 3 and reverse the 3B. Serve coming from De Los Reyes. Portillas popped up there by Bicar. Gaston on the other side. They choose Sabete, getting that one through the block. Popped up by Pauline. Pat getting that one through, returned by Palma. Pat again will try. On the other side, Janelle chooses Jonah, who gets that right in the seam of the blockers and the nets.
Sabete there, taking advantage of the loose block of Carandang and Paat. Now both players actually had a good timing, but they weren't able to press in properly.
Four-point lead for the Angels as Palma's serve goes out. Freebie for Chery.
So the 2 points that Chery has so far is coming off the service errors of first Gretchen Saltones and then now from Remy Palma.
Pat now to serve. Cheng going to Phillips. Bidding was there. Gaston adjusts. Straight to ng Aiza. Jonah going cross court. Pauline was there. Oh, Pat. Ball doesn't cross.
No, but again, they're putting all the load and pressure to Pat. It's very important that the other players also get to convert points like what they did earlier in the first set. The reason why they were able to start strong because everyone who was set was able to deliver the points, but so far they're having a difficult time to convert.
We saw very active Middleton on cue, right when Ayel wished for it. Zach Carandang gets a point of a running attack.
And this is the reason why Chery Tiggo really needs to have a good first ball, because they have an advantage in their middle as we see that slide attack from Carandang going cross-court, going long cross-court to zone 1.
Local crowd favorite, Pauline Gaston. Still so used to calling her Pongay. My bad. They go for a quick to Zach Carandang. Carandang starting to get active here.
No, Carandang, very efficient attacker of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, really beating the block there. No blockers at all for Zach Carandang. Great decision by Alina Bicar to give that set to her.
Gaston to serve. They go off to Aiza. To the net. Ador throws it to the other side. Sabete popped up by Gaston. Carandang and 3 straight points for Zarina Carandang.
So far, the Petro Gazz Angels is having a difficult time trying to read the attack of Zach Carandang, but as we could see in that rally, Zach Carandang intentionally avoiding the block from Phillips.
Serve coming from Pauline Gaston becomes an ace now as we tie things over at 7.
So it's now 4-0 run for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. as we saw the 3 points coming off the hands of Jacarandang earlier, and now Pauline Gaston getting that ace.
Joining from the first attack that you could get in volleyball, which is an ace. As Aiza popped up there by Pauline. Back, denied by blockers. Pauline was there for coverage. They go to Karandang again. Back coming from Janelle. Denied by Zarina. Yes, Karandang.
It's safe to say that Jacarandang is a spark plug to get Chery Tiggo to this first technical timeout, as she has read that drop ball from Cheng very well.
And the crowd goes wild as that happens. We'll go back here inside the University of San Agustin gym when we return here at the PVL. We're back here inside the University of San Agustin gym, the heart of Iloilo City. Watch Gilas Pilipinas on August 25 or August 27 or maybe August 29, and be entitled to watch the other games scheduled on those dates at the Araneta Coliseum. Get your Gilas Day Pass now. Limited passes only available, so buy now. Tied at 8-all after an ace coming from Jonas Abete. Very interesting second set here that we're seeing, Ayala.
We expected this game, both teams really trying to rally, but Chery Tiggo finding their momentum here.
Adorador going to zone 6 there on the other side. The answer coming from Wenzel Saltones.
Now, so far, Chery Tiggo really reading well the setting distribution of Cheng, but it's really their loose blocks that allowing the attackers of the Petro Gazz Angels to power through. No, it has been their issue early on in the first set, and that's something that they need to work on and adjust in the second set as Sabete gets that service ace.
Really a floor defense problem here on the side of Chery Tiggo. Look at that again.
The services of the Petro Gazz Angels really challenging the first ball of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, and it's very important that they get that first ball because the rally starts there as Jacarandang again is on fire in this set, now converting a lot of points.
Jacarandang has been the main character so far in the second set for Chery Tiggo. Just going point after point after point, being a scoring machine for her squad. Now she serves at C. She might even get an ace. No go says ng Aiza as MJ Phillips finishes things off quickly for Petro Gazz.
Again, Chery Tiggo leading that set well. 2 blockers for Phillips, but Phillips just really taking advantage of her height and power to score after that late block from De Los Reyes.
Phillips now serves. That is in.
But what's keeping Petro Gazz Angels the momentum on their side is their service aces. 4 players already got the service ace off the hands of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Getzel Sultones, Remy Palma, Sabete, and now MJ Phillips also. Credit that point also to the great serving of MJ Phillips as Remy Palma take advantage of that overpass.
4-point lead for Petro Gazz as Pauline Gaston will be subbed out by EJ Lowry. And the serve will now come from MJ Phillips. Straight to Shaya. They go up there quick. Jason De Los Reyes. So far, typical blockers for Chery Tiggo that keeps the machine going.
And that is why they need a good first ball, as we see this extension from De Los Reyes going for that power tip.
Bicar there, off the hands of Nang Aiza.
A much needed point for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers as Petro Gazz is starting to build the momentum. We saw that Aiza Maiso read that well, but she was not in the right form to have that first ball.
However, something that's relentless is the energy of Juan Gretzel Soltones. Janelle Cheng will now serve for Petro Gazz. They have a 3-point lead. Bicar going for that quick middles. Really keeping Chery Tiggo alive here.
No, and kudos and credit to Alina Bicar for really setting them up. Now she's been going to the middle attackers every time they get a good first ball, and the middle attackers just really delivering the points.
But so far, Petro Gazz enjoying a comfortable cushion, trying to maintain the 2-point gap consistently as Janelle Cheng goes up to a running Remy Palma, making that a 1-point gap now.
And Cheng there going to Palma in that slide attack.
You knew that the blockers of Chery already knew that it was going there. It's just that the angle is so sharp.
And as well as the spaces and the blocking. But in terms of reading the offense, no, Chery Tiggo is really doing well so far.
This time, it's Jonas Abete with that very jittery ball. You know when you watch Jonah, it's really a fast ball. Very malikot yung bola. As they put it in Filipino as we head on to this timeout. We'll be back here at the PVL. We see the smiling faces of the lovely people here from the city of love in Iloilo, supporting their favorite teams as all things will lead here at the University of San Agustin Gym. Creamline fans, Chery Tiggo fans, Petro Gazz fans, Akari fans, and volleyball fans as a whole just enjoying the lovely serving that the first and professional volleyball league here in the country is offering. Petro Gazz will now serve with a 4-point advantage. Quetzal gives that straight to Laure. Paat off speed. Ball will drop on the court of Petro Gazz.
Palma actually had a good touch there in that attack from Paat, but there wasn't any coverage at all. As May Luna is in to serve for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
3-point lead now for Petro Gazz. Chery Tiggo trying to play catch up here. May Luna to serve straight to Shen. He got the quick rim. Return there by Chery. On the other side, they choose Pontillas. Popped up by Chery. Ball will not be kept alive here.
But Aiza Maiso Pontillas having the right thing in mind to go to the spot. Alina Bicar was able to get a good first touch. Laure trying, but it was not enough.
Let's just give a quick trivia to the fans. If they're hearing this very festive drums in the background, it's actually cheers from Petro Gazz. They brought in drums here. That's how intense
It feels like we're in a festival here.
it is. But the intensity of the game is not very festive as the players here continue to rally.
Talking about
playing catch up
intensity,
here.
and talking about intensity, now Zakarandang has been so intense in almost all her attacking. She just knows She just knows which angle to go to, really trying to avoid the blocker in front of her. No, she means
She has the
she
hot
means
hands
business.
right now. Yeah, and really great connection with Alina Becar as the Remdes pops it up for Shaya Adorador. That will sail out.
Lina Becar trying to activate Adorador in that pipe attack, but just too much angle for Adorador to score a point.
Now we're going to see a double substitution for Petro Gazz. This is when you know that Coach Oliver means business. He's leading by 4 points, but he's bringing in a full front line as Hervasio comes in. And Saet will be serving for Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
So Petro Gazz Angels had an advantage in terms of offense, but Labor is also in for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. She is also an option in terms of attacking.
Let's see as Laure gets that one through. Chery trims it down to a 3-point gap here.
As Gretchen Saltones was trying to extend her arms to defend that ball, but no, with that kind of defense, you don't really have a good control over the ball.
Laure will now serve for the Crossovers. Shen was there. Saet going for MJ Phillips.
Saet going to MJ Phillips right away. She has the advantage. Again, she has the height and extension to score a point. One-on-one there against Karandang. Now, no floor defense on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And because of that, this 4-point disadvantage will lead to a timeout on the side of Chery Tiggo. Let's listen in.
Just help out pag kay MJ Phillips. Sakit na mangyari, ha? Habol. Lahat ng block natin cross. Open natin ang line, ha? Sipag tayo sa gilid, ha? Let's go, ha? Sakit tayo. Ready? Ready?
Very specific instructions from Coach Aaron Velas, telling her players, reminding them that they need a double block for MJ Phillips, because again, MJ Phillips has the height, has the extension, and also giving them some very strategic instructions to close down the line and open the cross court.
4-point lead for Petro Gazz. Jonah to serve straight to Buding. Nabor adjusts, going to Pat. And there you have it. Chery Tiggo trying to crawl their way through this disadvantage.
And if they want to close this gap, they need more points. And who else will deliver the points but Mylene Paat
We
from
called
the
her a
back row.
local import at the pregame earlier because she's giving out import numbers.
Exactly, the top scorer of the conference so far.
Hervasio. There'll be a call here against Chery Tiggo. Coach Arnold unhappy about that. It's back to 4-point disadvantage for Chery Tiggo as MJ Phillips will be serving for the Angels.
A net touch was actually called to Adorador.
Shaya with a good receive. They go to Pat from the back row. And ball will not be kept alive here. Had to extend. I was really looking at Z. She was almost there. It's just the limitations of the court here.
No, exactly. But back-to-back points, great effort there on the side of Mylene Paad. Also from Saet with the defense, but Z could have run after the ball.
You knew she was gonna make it. The ball was pretty much up in the air when she was in that position. But she'd probably be in collision with some of our fans here as Nabor serves on the other side. Saet going for a quick to Remy Palma.
Remy Palma going to her more comfortable attacking style and form. Scoring the point. Exactly. Very efficient in that kind of attack.
4-point lead for the Angels. Led by their setter, Janelle Cheng, who's serving right now. That will be straight to EJ. They go up to Pat, denied by the double block. They try to Shaya on the opposite side. Adjustment coming from Jonah. Nabor choosing Pat. That will sail out. Coach A looking for a check here. Questioning the second referee. There's Mylene Paat as Janelle Cheng marches to the service line with a 5-point lead for Petro Gazz. Cheng now to serve. That's straight to Dorador. They go for a quick to J-Cell. On the other side, Tempiatura going to Jonah. Buding was there. Shaya adjusting. Great adjustment. Oh. There will be a violation called here against Chery Tiggo. Crossing? Is that?
Oh, it was hard to see from our view. But Adorador trying to apologize to Gretchen Saltones after that violation was called. So I guess it was a crossing violation.
The momentum, of course, of the spiker when making the approach as Paat going for the full approach. Ball is kept alive here. 2 points away is Petro Gazz from closing this out. Oh! Smartly placed there by Gretchen Saltones.
No, perfectly placed there and perfect timing for Saltones as well. Going for that drop ball attack, just tipping that ball in, delaying it as well. Nabor wasn't able to read that. She was late in trying to defend that ball, trying to go for a pancake save, but not enough.
There's a full approach from Saltones. That's why it's very confusing as they give a freebie here, talking about Petro Gazz to Chery Tiggo.
But again, Petro Gazz is in a very comfortable position right now, just 1 point away to close the second set.
They still have a lot to go through. 6 set points for Chery as Shaya serves straight to Jonah. They go to a running Palma. Ball is kept alive. J-Cell will get the point for Chery. There was a confusion on the side of Petro Gazz in the last sequence.
No, Petro Gazz Angels actually stopped because they expected the referees to call that the ball already touched the floor, but they called it good in the pancake save.
The yellow card will be awarded to Jonas Abete. As we look at this again, of course we have the benefit of the replay here.
But not of the challenge.
Yes. They go to a running Palma. That will be out. Point goes to Chery Tiggo.
Palma there trying to go down the line, trying to target zone 5. But Chery Tiggo is having a run here, so it forces Coach O to call this timeout.
Let's hear what Coach Oliver will have to say.
Now, kubera natin para maidiin. Huwag natin pilitin ibabawan pag awkward. Counter natin, bigyan natin sa gitna. Be aggressive on the attack. And then ready tayo sa coverage and sa counter. Pag bumalik ang bola, tingnan natin, tatapon ng bola at magdadrop ball, magpo-focus muna sa quick. Okay, pag bumalik sa counter, starting position tayo. Okay, wag manggigil ha. Let's go, one good pass. Come on, let's get it girls, let's get it. Come on.
Now, a lot of short reminders from Coach O. It was hard to keep up, but one thing that can be highlighted is that they want to set up the middle every time Chery Tiggo would drop a ball.
What I want to say about that is actually Coach Oliver knows when to break momentums. And he really called that. I saw that he was about to call the timeout. He was talking to Rem Palma about that on the sideline. As this ball goes out, he was trying to break momentum here. These are 3 straight points here on the side of Chery Tiggo, 2 of which are actually freebies from Petro Gazz.
But Chery Tiggo needs to play perfect volleyball at this point, because one error would mean it would cost their entire set.
That is something you don't want to give to your opponent who's very hungry to make it back to the semifinals. Over-received here was Petro Gazz. Nabor goes up to Pat. Ball kept alive by Pontillas. They choose Getzel. Ball is still alive. Fans here reacting. Pontillas cross court. Kept alive by Nabor. Pat denied by the blockers here. Oh! Net touch will be called against Petro Gazz this time, and I see my partner nodding over here. She agrees with the call.
It was almost a point on the side of Petro Gazz Angels because there was no coverage on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers after the block from Palma. But a net touch was called on Palma in the rally.
Shaya Dorador will now serve for Chery Tiggo. They're down by 2, trying to make a deuce here. Pontillas from the back row. We got the pass to the blockers. And we're down to 1. In the famous words of our female partner, Coach Mac, isa na lang.
No, and again, they have been going to Mylene Paat, really letting her score towards this end of the set, but also Adorador very consistent on the service line, and that again forces Coach O to call this timeout.
Let's listen into the second and last timeout of Coach Oliver Almato.
Kaya mo nakapakiligin ka. Nakapantay na sila dalawa kay Nang at saka kay Remy eh. Nandito na kagad silang dalawa, nandito na kagad o Ate Chen. Now, girls, put up the receive, hindi baling pumunta dito yung receive natin. Kay Ate Remy, you keep on asking for it. Pag naramdaman mo, nakatiming, tuloy mo, madaliin mo. Kaya yung middle niya. Now, ang balikan, ready ka dito, coveran ka namin. Okay, isang maganda. Hey, brief muna before receiving. Okay.
Brief before receiving, isang maganda kailangan ni Coach Oliver here on the side of the red shirts. They just need 1 point to bag set number 2, and they'll be 1 set away from the semifinals. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, this team is very much hungry. Talking about the Chery Tiggo Crossovers and EJ Laure. They need this. Adorador to serve. Straight to Shen. They got the Getzel. Tapped up by Nabor. On the other side, they go to Paat. Off speed. Pontillas is there. Now Isaac. That's straight to the net. To the celebration of the crowd here inside the University of San Agustin in Iloilo.
Now, and we talked about this earlier. They need to play perfect volleyball, and Chery Tiggo so far playing perfect volleyball with some help of the errors coming off the hands of the Petro Gazz Angels, as we saw that attack error from Maisa Pontillas.
We also talked about paano hindi tayo magkakainigan with the amount of support we're feeling here as Remy Palma gets that off the hands of Shaya Adorador.
And this is what Coach O has been demanding, a good first ball and a set up to the middles because they know they have an advantage there. They have Palma, they have Phillips. No, Palma didn't have to use a lot of power. It was just a long tip, but it was successful for the Petro Gazz Angels.
Getzel Soltones now will serve. Oh! That goes out! Lucky break here for Chery Tiggo.
No, and a very costly and unlikely error on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels. Nerves setting in at this point. We talked about this earlier. Whoever will stay the most composed will be able to take the set in the most crucial parts of the game.
This is the most crucial juncture that we're in. This might change the complexion of the game and spell how set number 3 will go. Jaisal de los Reyes with that serve. They go to Maisa Pontillas finding the line here.
Maisa Pontillas just knew she had an advantage in trying to go down the line because it was de los Reyes who served earlier. So no, it's easier to score a point off the hands of your middle attackers. But Remy Palma needs to put this ball in.
Palma to serve. Going for a safe serve. They go to Paat. Go to Girl. Buding with that coverage. Paat again. Cross court. Finding the perfect spot. More volleyball for the fans here inside.
No, and Pat is just really showing how bad she wants this game, delivering almost all the points towards this half of the set. Perfect placement for her. No one there on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels. That cut shot. Now, Isa Maizo was preparing for the drop ball.
And if you think about it, Isa Maizo knew where that ball was going as a lefty herself. She knew it. You saw it in that smirk in that replay as Paat went for that serve. They go to Pontillas with the answer straight to Paat. Laure, free ball. This will be deadly. Pontillas through the blocker. Ball is kept alive. Oh, no. That will be not good. Double contact will be called here against Chery Tiggo.
And we're seeing the best matchup of the lefties in this game. Pat delivering most of the points. But on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels, Isa Maizo Pontillas delivered that point in the trolley. Really maximizing that loose block. So now set point for the Petro Gazz Angels.
Whew. Maizo there with the serve. Maizo Pontillas rather. Hit coming from Laure on the other side. They go to Jonah. Sabete! And there you have it. Petro Gazz wins set number 2. 28-26. Let's look at that again, Yel.
Now, Cheng tried to create a space, but Sabete just spinning that ball in the zone 5 of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. No one there to defend that ball. And
everything just goes for the side of the Angels right now. They're up by 2 sets. We'll be back here at the PVL. We're back here at the 2023 All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League. We are coming to you live from Iloilo City, the University of San Agustin Gym. As we see here, Petro Gazz winning set number 2, very tight. Set number 2.
an even tighter set in that second set. Again, Petro Gazz Angels just starting strong. They gave up that momentum towards the end of the set, giving the Chery Tiggo Crossovers more opportunity to finish the set. But again, Mylene Pat delivered majority of the points, but it wasn't enough as Petro Gazz Angels just knew the right placement in the attack, as we saw that spin attack from Sabete to close the second set. As Petro Gazz, in terms of numbers, Petro Gazz having more, 4 points against Chery Tiggo, 19 for Petro Gazz, 15 for Chery Tiggo Crossovers. But we were talking about the good timing and blocking of Chery Tiggo earlier. They only have 1 block, but on the side of Petro Gazz, they have none, 0 for them. And the service aces of the Petro Gazz Angels, they have 4. It came on early on the set. That's why they were able to pull away. But Chery Tiggo having 2 aces also, and both teams limiting their errors.
Now we're seeing the fans here inside the University of San Agustin Gym. All showing who they're supporting.
Now a very crucial set for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Do or die set for Chery Tiggo. Win or go home.
And they would want to extend this into 5 sets.
So that this may not be their last game. May not lang.
And if Petro Gazz Angels will get this set, they will have a seat to the
secured
semifinals.
seat to the semifinals, and it just leaves the runway open for the PLDT high-speed hitters. to just make their way to the finals, and it will now be a question of positioning thereafter.
But ranking is very important as well.
Yes, coming into their semis, which we start on Saturday, I believe, and we'll be back at the Phil Sports Arena, where the first seed will be going against the fourth seed, the second seed will be going up against the third seed, and there will be no advantage, so it's going to be best of 3 as we enter set number 3 here at the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Sabete popped up there by Buding. They go up to Shaya that sends that ball out.
Again, Chery Tiggo Crossovers, they've been trying to target the zone 1 of the Petro Gazz Angels, really trying to make the outside hitters of the Petro Gazz Angel work today, but just too much angle for Adorador in the last rally.
1 point lead for Petro Gazz. Straight to Buding. They go up quick to J-Cell. So goes as the referees.
Now they're trying to ask for a block touch here. De Los Reyes trying to rally. But the point still goes to the Petro Gazz Angels.
Serve now coming from Ren. They go to
Ooh,
pass.
what an angle! An exclamation point from Mylene Pat. That was a statement attack from her. Not taking advantage of that angle, really avoiding the blockers. Just too much power for Sabete to contain that ball. Sabete really in the right position to defend that.
Serve coming from Shaya. They now go up to Pontillas. I thought she was going to make it to her own as well, but that's popped up by Buding. They go to Pontillas, going for that sharp angle and getting it through EJ Lowry. Tigers to Tigers.
Isa Pontillas actually showing a lot of variations from that rally. No, just tried to tip that ball in, but Dorentes was there. But in the second try, using the hands of Laure to score the point.
Serve now will be coming from Aiza Maizo Pontillas. But popping that up, very beach volleyball move there. They go up to FJ Phillips, denied there by the blocker of Chery Tiggo.
But again, every time Petro Gazz Angels get a chance ball, they automatically go to their middle attackers, and it has been obvious, it has been read well by the blockers of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, as De Los Reyes and Laura was there. No coverage on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels.
De Los Reyes will now be serving for Chery Tiggo. Janelle goes up to Sabete. That is perfectly placed right in between zone 3 and zone 6.
Now in Sabete, it's all about placement for her. It's not a lot about the power, but she's maximizing her elevation and her control over the ball.
That's when you know that the player has been seasoned already.
And she finished that second set for the Petro Gazz Angels.
Sabete now serves. Jazz goes up to EJ Lowry, denied by the block. Right back to the side of Chery at zone 5.
Was read well again by Petro Gazz Angels, but it was a high touch there. But Adorador wasn't able to react well going for the coverage.
It was also very difficult because you're kind of expecting that ball to go out already with that angle. At this time, the block is very for Solnones and MJ Phillips denying it. Mylene Pat. Let's do that again.
Back-to-back block points for the Petro Gazz Angels. A lot of pressure on the side of the board to be more creative in resetting distribution.
We'll get a timeout from Team Chery. Let's listen.
Gusto kayong manalo. Pero yung pagpapanalo natin, hindi yan nakabase sa guide. Nakabase sa gaano kagaling ang manlalaro. Ang ginagawa lang nila, sinasarado talaga nila. Paano tayo papalo? Pinaglalaruan. Yung sayaw na ginagawa natin, humihinto tayo. Hindi ito yung panahon huminto. Kung gusto natin ipanalo to, we have to double our effort. Let's go! Chery!
Coach Aaron Velez reminding his squad that they have to be hungry to get this win as we see some fans here inside the University of San Agustin gym. Hindi ito ang panahon para huminto. Wala sa guys yan, nasa players yan.
Really rallying her team. So they know how crucial this game is, and he's expecting his team to put more effort because talent is there. But again, you have to make sure that you execute for you to be able to win a set and to win a game.
You need to want it, but right now, there's a confusion on the side of Team Chery.
Chery Tiggo starting to feel the pressure at this point.
Nerves starting to settle in and starting to kick in here.
They have to stay composed if they want to get this set.
She's been the lifeblood of this squad so far.
Exactly, and talking about composure, it has been Karandang who has stayed composed and consistent in terms of attacking for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Great decision by Vicar as well. No blocker for Karandang.
Maninpa to serve. Janelle going to Phillips. Pop up by Shaya. They go up to EJ through the block. Oh. Karandang getting that one through.
So far, the match-up of Karandang and Phillips, it has been Karandang winning, mostly getting the points, just really knowing which angle to go to, and Phillips just having a difficult time reading the attacks of Karandang as well.
Well, Phillips may have the longer reach and the striker block, but something has been very sharp as this very smartly placed dunk coming from one Janelle Cheng, a former best center here at the PVL. Let's look at that again. Very smartly put. Late to react was Zach Karandang. Full react here at the PVL. You're still watching the 2023 All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League as we go on to your tweets. Romel Aliejo says Isa Maizo Pontillas is in her hometown. Hopefully she can carry the team securing the W for today. Well, she's been scoring a lot of points here for Team Petro Gazz. Let's now go on to our next tweet here. Ayel Estaniero X. Ay, ano naman? Yel, congrats. One of the best analysts in the PVL. Congrats, Yel. Welcome to Iloilo.
It's just nice to be here and to be able to cover both games,
Yeah,
a very crucial one.
We're very much enjoying the love that we're getting here from the fans as we go on to the last tweet here. What's with Iloilo? Una PBA, then ngayon PVL, sana all. Well, sana soon. Makabisita din kami sa inyo. Yan yung sagot ko dyan. But really, the lovely crowd here in the province of Iloilo, the PBA in Pasig City, very sports-loving province that we have here. And now, Iloilo for the PVL. This is not the first time we're actually here.
Exactly. They've been showing a lot of love to the sport volleyball, and that's the reason why we keep coming back here in the Iloilo City.
And surely, hopefully soon, we get to visit other places as well. 3-point lead here for Petro Gazz. Chery trying to play catch-up. Good goal coming from Janelle Cheng. Back to 4-point lead.
A lot of quick exchanges there in that rally, a lot of drop balls, but the point goes to Petro Gazz Angels as Janelle Cheng scoring another point for her squad.
4-point lead here as there's a discussion here on the sidelines. We have a small lull here as there's a discussion here on the sidelines, trying to clarify some things here. It's a 4-point lead so far. And I think we're trying to adjust the lighting fixtures here inside the venue. There's a spotlight from outside the venue that's directed to the inside part of the court, and it will be glaring for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. We do get to see it here from our angle because we're here right in the middle.
And we talked about it earlier, a lot of external factors setting in.
Yes, of course. The elements, of course, in the different environment. Of course, very different systems as well, given the venue that we are in, as we have a 4-point gap here, and we're waiting on for things to be settled here on the technical side. 4-point lead here, and both teams still with timeouts. Things are still getting to be adjusted here. Of course, it's starting to get into nighttime as the sun is about to set. That's why lights are being turned on here. Chery pointed out that there's a light directly facing to their side of the court.
And again, we can't continue the game until it can be fixed, because
There.
it can get away again on the side of the players.
That's the perfect angle, as our officials will be trying to fix this on this side of the court. We will go on for a quick break here at the PVL. We'll be back right after this. We're back here at the 2023 All-Filipino Conference of the PVL. We were able to sort things out here inside the University of San Agustin. And ball game continues. Shaya Dorador going for that hit, denied by Petro Gazz. Zach Hayamdan finding the corner there for the Crossovers.
No, Zakarandang just knowing the right placement and areas to go to. And again, still no adjustment on the side of Petro Gazz. If you can get it from the net defense, you have to make sure floor defense is ready. But Karandang just outsmarting Petro Gazz Angels.
And another middle blocker outsmarting things here is Rem Palma.
But on the side of Rem Palma, just using and taking advantage of her height and her power. So Tones goes to the service line.
Gretzel will now serve. Straight to Laure. They go up to Shaya. And that point will go to Chery rather.
Adorador still going to zone 1. Again, really challenging Sultanes and the defense pattern.
Serve now coming from Vicar. They go up to Sabete on the side of the Angels. On the other side, it's going to be a joust between De Los Reyes and Palma. They go up to Paat. Straight to Shen Cruz. But they sarado down the line. Oh! Up here, cross court. No goal for Jonas Sabete. Denied there by the blockers of Chery. Let's look at that again.
Sabete trying to go cross court, but last minute trying to close that gap.
There's this sweep, no, with the press.
Exactly.
Recognizing that the ball would be changing directions, but this time Petro Gazz gets a freebie.
And again, Chery Tiggo needs to be reminded that Petro Gazz knows how to control the game. So it's not going to be easy for them if they give away this free points to Petro Gazz, because definitely Petro Gazz is going to take advantage of that.
Serve went straight to Buding. They go to a quick to Jaisel on the other side. Rem chooses Nang. Tortillas finds the corner.
about Puntillas. Isa Puntillas just really showing a lot of talent, not just today, but the entire conference, really delivering majority of the points for the Petro Gazz Angels. Again, just perfect placement for her in that rally.
She ages like fine wine, as they say. Palma with that serve straight to Buding. They go up to Pat with a sharp tip. Sabete pops it up for Aiza. Picard chooses Shaya. Picard goes to the other side to Pat, and she's denied there by Pontillas and Phillips.
Pontillas closing the right angle from that attack of Mylene Paat. No way for her to get that ball passed through that net. Now already 11 points from Pontillas off 11 attacks. Sartones as well, 8 attacks, 1 block and 3 aces. Both are the leading scorers of their squad.
It's a 6-point lead for Petro Gazz as Palma will serve. Here in Palma, of course, a standout from the FEU Tamaraos. Serves it straight to her former teammate Buding Duremdes as that ball doesn't cross. 4 first balls here from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And it's not helping them at this point of the game because again, we know Petro Gazz Angels as a team who can control the game. They have to take the momentum back on their court. They want to get this set.
Buding there. Adjusting there was Bikar. Paat over ball. We're having some first ball woes from both sides of the court. And you know, it's funny because all the players are just like laughing it off as Phillips dumps it to the other side. Shaya adjusting. Popped up there by Rem. Sabete getting that one through. Phillips winning that one. Oh, tradition to be the Loyalor.
Very long rally there. A lot of long rallies here. But so far it has been Petro Gazz who gets to convert the point off the long rallies. But both teams really doing well in defense. But again, Phillips just taking advantage of that extension to block that ball.
And that brings us to our second technical timeout. We're back here at the heart of volleyball. San Agustin, where volleyball action continues as the PVL makes its way to the city of love. And love is what we feel here inside the court as we see all of the fans here inside. The rough estimate so far is at 6,000 to 7,000 people that we're expecting to enjoy this matchup between Petro Gazz and Chery. Petro Gazz leading by 8. Make that 7 after Mylene gets a point.
A much needed point here on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers as Petro Gazz Angels is trying to pull away. Perfect placement on the side of Paan. Remy Palma trying to defend that ball, but that extension was not enough.
Serve coming from Shaya. They go up to Phillips to get the point for Petro Gazz.
Phillips just really powering through, angling that ball, making sure that she gets that point.
8-point lead for Petro Gazz. Laure with that hit. They go up to Chamzon on the other side. Lowry again. Chamzon will answer back. Straight to Buding. Lowry will set up Paat. Adjustment coming from Mama Pino. Great save from the guard. They go up to Paat again on the third try. Gets that point for Chery Tiggo. They're down by 7.
Now, Pat has been rallying her team, especially in the scoring department. Really not giving up. Maximizing that loose block from Phillips. Temperatura was there, but it was not enough again for the floor defense to get that ball.
Seth Rodriguez, who is serving for the first time in this match. Straight to Nang. They go up to Phillips with that back quick. Ball is returned by Chery. They choose Soltones. Full extension from the back row.
Now, on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels, everyone is contributing. Even Soltones off that pipe attack. We have, again, Deer Basho and Saet for the double sub. Complete front row on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels.
We're starting to see some glimpses of the second unit of Team Petro Gazz as they're up by 8. That serve coming from Chamzon. They go up to Paat off the blockers. Mylene Paat keeps on waving the flag for Chery.
And that combination play works for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Again, a much needed point on their side. But Paat now in the back row. But they still have to make sure that they get to activate her from the back row. But Carandang also one of the top scorers so far of Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Now in the front row, only two attackers for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers in the front row.
We just have a momentary stoppage as we have some VIPs joining us in the game today, of course. Mayor of Iloilo City in attendance here today as game continues.
But Carandang not just contributing in the attacking department, but also making sure that she's manning the net defense as well. But it was actually a block from EJ Laure.
Six-point lead here for Petro Gazz has been trimmed down to 5 by Chery Tiggo.
And this is not a comfortable spot for Petro Gazz Angels because we saw how Chery Tiggo Crossovers tried to get a comeback earlier in the second set, but that service error from Mylene Paat wouldn't help their chance to close the gap here.
MJ Phillips will now serve for Petro Gazz. They have a 6-point lead. Oh, solid single block from one tab to another.
Now Remy Palma just towering that attack from Carandang. We can see her really closing that angle from Carandang, reading that ball well, trying to go for a double jump even.
There's a sort of delay there in that last sequence from the side of Chery Tiggo as they call time. This is an in.
Pass.
Coach Aaron Velas trying to break the ice here on the side of the crossovers. They need one good pass so that they could set up properly here on the side of Chery Tiggo.
Now they need to convert at this point, and they have to make sure they keep the momentum on their side. Talking about the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, because again, Petro Gazz is just 5 points away in closing this set and closing this match.
Ball goes out. Point goes to the side of Chery. Laure will now serve for the black shirts. They're down by 6. Chamzon with that receive. So Torres going shot on that cross court. Moving left there. Surprise.
It was very hard attack to block because of that fast low set from Saed was just perfect for Sultanes to go cross court, beating the blockers and beating the floor defense of the opponent.
Amidst the 7-point lead here, Coach Oliver Almagro still going for a full front line, really trying to secure this win as early as here for Petro Gazz. Vicar with a dunk read well by her fellow setter Janelle Cheng. They go to a running Zach Harandang who gets that off the blockers.
Zach Harandang already knew that Sultanes was there to block that ball, but that loose hands was well maximized by Zach Harandang. Sultanes was trying to block the cross court of Zach in that rally.
Hit there coming from Chanzon. They go to the other side. Point for Chery Tiggo. They're now just down by 5.
No, great placement for Adorador there. No, Yamzon wasn't able to read that attack well. Was trying to let Cruz defend that ball.
Hit there coming from Rem Palma on the other side. Vicar will go up to set Rodriguez.
No, that ball was actually set low, but as we can see, Rodriguez here going for a certain angle using the hands of Palma.
They set up Pontillas. That will be out.
Now that zone 1 really is a target of a lot of players, especially when they just try to push the ball in, but just too much power and angle in the push of Isa Maiso Pontillas.
Oh, now things are starting to really get interesting here as we are just with a 4-point gap. It really makes sense that Coach Oliver has been rotating the lineup here.
Sultanes goes for that serve.
That's straight to Adorador. They go up to a quick to Rodriguez. And Rodriguez keeping Chery Tiggo alive here.
Now that soft touch was actually read well by Isa Maiso Pontillas, but Remy Palma just scraping the net while she was on her way down. As we see this replay, the tip from Rodriguez read well by Isa Maiso Pontillas, and Remy Palma just committing that violation.
They go up to Pat, denied by the blockers. On the other side, they choose Adorador. That is through the block this time for Chery Tiggo. Lead now, trimmed down to as low as 2. Lowest that we have so far in this set.
Now that was a high set, a bump set, and Adorador just trying to spin that ball in, but the blocking of Petro Gazz was too loose, so she was able to score that point.
Now the Angels will be going into a timeout. Let's listen in.
Okay, girls, we have to be sound fundamentally. Ready tayo pag na-counter, pag hindi namatay, we have to be ready. Be sound fundamentally. Gawin natin ang tama yung skill. Let's do the skill right, ha?
Kaya ba?
Walang way, diretso lang tayo, okay? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Coach O there trying to rally his team, really asking them to read and react well, because so far it's the soft touches, the off speeds that is working well for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, and it's really disrupting their timing in terms of floor defense.
And I heard 5 let's goes there because they really need to go. They're just 3 points away from a win here. Make that 2 after that hit coming from Rem Palma.
The 2 blockers of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers anticipated that back weak from Remy Palma, but they were actually late in trying to close that block.
Chery Tiggo needs 5 points to extend this and keep their hopes here alive. Meanwhile, Petro Gazz just needs 2 to cement their way into the semifinals. Seth Rodriguez with a quick answer by MJ Phillips with that dump on the other side. They go to Paat. Palma chooses Chamzon off the blockers. Buding will go up to Shaya. Ball kept alive here. Set up coming from Palma. Going to Portillas. Block was there. Free ball for Chery. Adjustment. Portillas! Giving match point to Petro Gazz.
And it's very hard to read Isa Pontillas until she gets that last contact. You don't know whether she's going cross court or down the line. But she went down the line in that rally, and Laura couldn't just be ready to defend that ball.
Match point moments here. And the serve will come from Rem Palma. Straight to Shaya. Go up to Paat. Oh, and Chery still alive here.
It has been Paat really putting in the effort and the points for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. The reason why she is the top scorer of the league so far. But again, they have to play perfect volleyball, and they were able to catch up earlier when it was Adorador serving in the second set.
They go up to Phillips, who closes things out for the Petro Gazz Angels.
What a time for Phillips to have that exclamation point kind of attack. Just really being set up well by Cheng. And now, Petro Gazz Angels securing that spot in the semifinals, eliminating Chery Tiggo with their chance and opportunity to take a spot in the top 4.
Meanwhile, this will be the last time we will see the crossovers here at the All-Filipino Conference. We will be missing them, but we will be seeing them soon in the second conference later on this year.
Great effort by both teams in terms of floor defense and the offense as well. Mylene Paat really tried to rally her team, trying to put in a lot of points because again, you earn points from attack. So it was hard. They were good in blocking. Talking about Chery Tiggo, their floor defense was there, but it was them converting points that was the biggest issue for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Petro Gazz books their semis seat, and we will return here at the heart of volleyball. Hello, hello. Ayan. PVL, PVL.
Mic test, 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sport.
Mic test, 1, 2, 3, mic test. Mic test. Okay.
And we're back here at the 2023 Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. It's the second to the last day of the finals. Petro Gazz Angels wins it here at the heart of Iloilo City, and no other person deserves the player of the game plum but none other than someone who is in the heart of Iloilo's pride in volleyball. None other than the one and only Nang Aiza Maiso Pontillas. As we look at her here today, Nang, congratulations. Very successful run here, and now pasok na kamo sa semifinals. Ay, nagta-translate na tayo, nag-Ilonggo na tayo. But Nang, what is your mindset coming into the semifinals now that officially nakapasok na kayo?
Mindset lang na namin is maglaro kami ng maayos every game. One point at a time, one game at a time, one day at a time.
Again, Chery Tiggo tried to rally towards that second set and towards the end of the third set as well, but no, you secured the spot in the semifinals. But how does it feel to secure that spot while playing here in your hometown, Iloilo City?
Masadya kay ari dito hometown gin held ang game sa PVL, and tanan gad nag-enjoy dire.
And
Hindi lang ang fans
Fans
nag-enjoy,
nag-enjoy.
pero kita nag-enjoy man
Definitely.
watching Petro Gazz and Chery Tiggo play today's game.
vintage moments para kay Nang to. Nang, 13 big points. Congratulations again. But Nang, bago ka namin pakawalan, Nang, may message ka ba para sa mga naad-aide sa Iloilo and of course, your fans all over the Philippines and the world?
Madamo gid nga salamat sa tanan nga ari diri. Tani nag-enjoy ka mo, and hopefully mag-enjoy pa kamo sa sunod na game.
Oh, thank you so much, Nang Aiza Maiso Pontillas.
And Nang, may gusto ko bang batiin? Mabilis lang, baka may gusto kong batiin.
Thank you po sa Villa Vicencio family, sa bosses namin, sa Petro Gazz, sa management, sa family and friends na nandito po ngayon, and sa kay John, sa husband ko, and sa anak ko. God bless you.
And thank you so much, Nang. Congratulations on that win. And we will let you go. I know, ayaw mo yung mga moments na ganito. And there you have it, Aiza Maiso Pontillas, your player of the game. Now, let's head on over to wrap things up from this last match. 3-set win for the Angels. Chery really just had to say goodbye today, unfortunately. But the Angels showed out a great fight here. As we look back at our match highlights, Ayal, what can you say about the performance?
The first set, Chery Tiggo started strong, but they weren't able to sustain. But it was a different story towards the second set and the third set. It was Petro Gazz Angels who controlled the game, but they tried to bounce back towards the end of the set. But it was never enough for them to snatch a set away from the Petro Gazz Angels. But again, for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, they did well in terms of blocking. But it was Petro Gazz Angels who
converted most of the points, or the reason why they were able to seal that win today and seal that spot in the Final Four.
We saw a lot of promise in set number 2, and we know that that Chery Tiggo is a champion team. However, Petro Gazz just had the heart and just really wanted it more for today. That's why the Angels will succeed. As we look at the numbers, Yel, what can you say about the performance of these
No
two
team
squads?
actually dominated in whatever department, because in terms of attacking, almost the same numbers, 46 for Petro Gazz, 47 for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, 8 blocks for the Petro Gazz Angels, 5 for Chery Tiggo Crossovers. No, actually, Petro Gazz having more numbers in terms of service aces with 6 and 2 for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
It was
Both
that
teams-
first ball woes that
No,
Coach
exactly.
A was saying from the start.
No, but both teams limiting their errors in that game. But again, Petro Gazz Angels just really powering through the powerhouse of Chery Tiggo Crossovers in today's game.
And we see the crowd here, the crowd of 6,000 people, very much excited to watch this next